Hi, my name is Jawad, and welcome to Naburva's LinkedIn series, another session with Haniya. I'll ask Haniya to introduce herself.
Hi, good morning. My name is Haniya, and I am a learning and development professional. I am predominantly a trainer, and I've worked as a trainer mostly in soft skills. But I also have a CIPD diploma in learning and development, which is also a function of HR. And I have an experience of about 15 years in training in different parts of the world and in Pakistan as well. Um, I am really thankful for Naburva for conducting this informational sessions for all of you interested in HR topics, and I hope this will be helpful to you as well.
Thank you so much, Hania. Thank you so much for being here for on our invitation, and like I really appreciate for your time. Coming towards our today's topic, that's like talent management. So, what do you think? What actually talent management is, and like what's your thoughts about it, and its current scenario in Pakistan?
Right. So talent management is a big function of HR, and it serves as a skills inventory. So inventory is not just for your physical supplies in a store, but the people that you have. And skills inventory is like a product, is like a device or a way of keeping all your employees' talents and skills, not just their qualifications and degrees, but also anything that can be used in the organization. And the function of talent management is that it keeps those records and it uses it whenever the organization is growing or moving in a new direction or wherever it's required.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
like if we summarize it, the topic of like the name of talent management, it acts as a storage box where we build the portfolios of each of the like the team members, the employees we have, and we like jot down the key attributes they have, the skills they have, the strengths they have. That's what you are referring to.
Exactly. And they can be that skill inventory, that storage box can be used to, forecast hiring needs. That, okay, we don't have people who can speak a certain language, but we are moving into that area of business in a new geographical area, but no one in our workforce speaks that language. So that it highlights the points where the gaps where skills are lacking, and the gaps where the skills they are there and you don't maybe need a new hire. Maybe you can use the same talent to and just sort of grow them and develop them and use them for so it can be used as a very efficient system if used properly. I think that in Pakistan at this point it's a little less used, but the large organizations have specialists for talent management. Mostly an HR director can manage it if they are vigilant enough and they're aware of it.
Okay. By the term that you use, the skills inventory. So
Yeah.
it's is it an online tool, or what's like the most preferable methods to keep that skills inventory?
Right. So it's a very it can be a very basic filing system as well. It should be the main idea is that at the time of interviews, let's say, you generally assess the applicants on their skills that are needed to do their job. And the HR manager, the talent manager actually should also touch upon other areas of interest and personality. And so, something as basic as that a software developer could have really nice presentation skills. And at that time, if you just notice it and record it in their employee record, wherever you're kept, if it's kept in a file, in a physical file, or in a employee records, software, whichever way you want to keep it, but just a comment would keep it that, okay, this person has really good presentation skills. And when we need to, let's say, send our team to the clients, why not send the developer to do the presentation and not get someone from marketing who doesn't know the actual software? I mean, it's just a way of channeling your resources in the best way possible.
Okay, so another name for talent management would be like an optimized use of your resources. So how does it
Yes,
link with recruiting? Like you have like
yes.
10 employees, or you like these are your previous employees and they have like ABC skill set. And now you
Hmm.
are opening another project, and which may require those skills or which may not require those skills. So how does it
Hmm.
help that talent management, that skill set, skills inventory tool for our like a new like the recruitment phase? How does it help in future projects?
Right. So it basically has to support the overall organizational strategy. It has to go with it. It should support it. And whichever strategy is the organization employing, that they are again they're getting into a new technology, or they are moving into a new geographical area, or they're just increasing their size. They're just scaling up. Um, in all of these conditions, your talent inventory, your skills inventory will guide if you need to recruit, or if you're able to train the existing workforce to develop them and and sort of use them more and more. It is something that there's another end of it, is that it's thought that employees don't like being given more responsibility, but if they are developed, they actually like it because they feel more empowered. So it's a two-edged sword, that you can have the hiring, you can support the hiring, which exact skills you need for the new recruits, and how many do you need, and how many of your current employees can be developed and used in those areas. So
Yeah.
their investment in those both of those ends can be managed really well.
Okay. What I get out of your this example is this, like if you are if we require in the previous phases where we require like 5 to 10 employees for a company in a new project, you are saying that we might not need another 10 employees to like we might not need to hire another 10 employees. We can retain five of
Yes,
our employees to
yes,
perform that duty as well, and
yes,
in that way we are investing less as compared to what we were investing previously.
yeah. And
Okay.
in fact, you're probably investing in more loyal employees, because you will have long-term people who have
Yes.
been in with you, but they will be more loyal to you because you have provided them more sort of growth opportunities.
Okay. I think it's a really it would be a really value it would be value added activity for the whole HR department, where they are emphasizing on building their current employees, and
Mm,
in return they are getting loyalty from them, and it's
right.
like it's something that obviously employees would also be like looking forward to. So what do you think in this strategy? What's in this for the employees? Like one thing is this, the negative thing which I
Yeah.
can think of it is an employee would say, uh, okay, I'm willing to get a training as on presentation skills, or maybe on a different skill set
Mm-hmm.
that would obviously enhance my skills, but
Mm-hmm.
also that would enable me or enable the organization to put me on to multiple projects. So that's
Right.
something that there's, I think there would be a resistance. What's your thought on it?
Hmm. Right. I think that is the way. Again, it's the HR manager, because HR managers in in a very conventional setup, are seen only as payroll and benefits people who just sign their salary slips, and who are just, who are just kept there to keep the discipline. But they are the ones, or the talent management team, if it's a separate team or it's just the main HR team, they because an employee, if they want to build a career in a firm, the best thing that a firm can provide them is growth. Of course, everyone works for salary. I mean,
That's
everyone is sustaining their homes and they're earning, but the thing that they're requiring is, or they want to keep staying in the same company, is when they feel that they're growing. They're not just doing the same job again and again and again. And that challenge is can be rewarded in terms of monetary rewards. Like, if you are given a new responsibility, you should be compensated for that, and it's their choice if they want to do it or not. But also at the same time, things like, which are called soft skills, things like, as I said before, speaking a certain language. It's something like, you can have some customers in a very service oriented organizations. You have a customer who is from Hunza, and they come and they cannot speak Urdu or English, and you have somebody in the back office somewhere who's from Hunza as well, and you bring them and you connect them. You are able to treat your client the best way possible. You understand their needs, and the employee also, you will not reward them, you will not pay them 50 rupees just to speak their language for 30 minutes.
yes.
But it's something that will it's a recognition that someone knew that I could speak the language, because it was written in your record, and the HR manager knew that, okay, there is someone in the back office who can do this job well. And it's a recognition in terms of being seen, that, okay, you have this talent. So the idea is to have, yes, additional skills and additional training, and then additional responsibility should also be compensated in monetary terms or in promotions. But also something like these, which are small, small attributes that people have, if they're, listed down somewhere and they can be utilized, I think it does raise the morale, instead of having that, okay, now why do I have to do this? You could have nice cricket players and have a strong team, just because that so and so plays really well.
Yes,
uh,
like
yeah.
I cannot agree more to your point. Like I think the
Yeah.
companies are the companies which are growing more, yeah, or I would say which are on this trajectory of growth. They do not have they are not focused on the like quantity of the numbers they have, quantity of the resources
Hmm.
they have. Actually, they are
Resources.
more
Yeah.
focused towards the quality they are getting out of their employees. And
Yeah.
obviously, like especially after COVID, employees are not loyal to the companies which are not like adding value to them. They are not like
Hmm.
monetary benefit is something that's obvious now. That's something that
Yeah.
they expect.
It's their right.
And
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
now the graph of expectations also includes that they have to have a vision. Their long-term goals should align with the company. And I think
Hmm.
talent management is something that provides that connection here and might
Hmm.
also. What's your thought? Like, would it like decrease the churn rate or like or turnover rate for the employees or?
I don't think that that should be the purpose of talent management, that to reduce the number of hiring, or if the purpose is that to be aware of what you have. So inventory in the most basic form is when you have, let's say, a grocery store, and you know which products to keep in the cold area, which products to keep in the front because people will buy it quickly, and which product to keep in the back store, and how to bring them out and use them in the best, so they are utilized in the best way. If your products are expired, then no one's going to buy them, and it's going to waste. So it's just like that. I mean, treating the talent and skills of your employees as your assets, not as a favor to them, but as an asset that you have for the period that they are with you, and trying to use them in the best possible way. If you actually don't have something, you realize that someone cannot be, I mean, you're pushing them too much and you're piling them with work because you don't want to hire another person. That's not the intention of talent management. If you do need new people, and if you are moving into a new direction, or you are requiring, or your business is expanding, of course you need three of the same people.
Yeah.
If you have an accountant but is not able to handle the whole bookkeeping work, you need two more. And that is also supplied by, that information is also supplied by talent management. And in fact, in our previous series, you were talking about job analysis. So that ties in a lot with talent management, because job analysis basically says what skills are needed for a particular job. And on the other end, this talent management uses what you have. And if you don't have enough, then you hire more. But if you have enough and you can use them better, that is also something that can be done.
Okay.
So it's just a more strategic side of HR, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm really glad that like professionals like you who have like these many years of experience are actually building like building the HR function, like rebuilding the HR function from a strategic point of view. So the conventional HR function has a like the conventional operations side of it, like they're sending CVs, sending profiles, filtering out them based on. Now we have softwares for those, all of those functions,
Right.
all of those operations. But the main strategic part, where the I think the one side of it is the job analysis, and as you have mentioned, the other side of it is like you have that talent inventory, that skill sets, skills inventory, where you match either like this is the job analysis, this is the skills we need, and these are the skills we have. So you will have an optimized way or the skills which you actually are looking for in your next uh, employee or the position you're opening for. So I think that's like it's really relevant. How do you think it would affect the company's goal overall, and how does it like is it beneficial? Obviously, financially, it's beneficial for the company. What are the other benefits for a company that you think?
So it basically aligns itself. It's aligning your um, workforce, all the people, the resource that you have already or you need, to your long-term and short-term strategic goals, and the best way possible. So again, financially is just, it's not just paying salaries, but it's also in terms of returns. If you have best people and best talent, whichever way it is, again, a very, very important trend in HR these days and in hiring these days is to not just look at qualifications and degrees, because they're not really always a guarantee for actual skills. So looking for skills is the main thing, and collecting those skills and then using them the most optimally is again just like the best operations management, when you have operations management people say the optimal range of production, where you're using the least amount of electricity, the least amount of raw materials, and you're producing the most. And that is exactly what you're doing in with your workforce, and being very strategic about it. So it's not just a financial reward in terms of paying salaries, but it's also a reward in terms of optimizing your goal achievement. So you may be achieving it quickly or getting more goodwill or whatever, whatever is the goal.
Yes. Since we have discussed, I really like that's really right, and that's what I think organizations should look for, like especially in the in the conditions that Pakistan is in. I think that's the like most optimistic way to run your HR function. So since the HR function is like totally revamping and it's changing, so what do you think? What's the role of getting a certification or like a certified program and getting skilled, since you also have some certification that you have mentioned?
Yes.
So
Right.
what's your thought?
Yeah, I think the fact that again, as we mentioned before, that HR is seen as just a clerical job which keeps records and punishing people on not coming on time, etc. It is a very strategic function in an organization, and getting certified basically provides you those skills which are probably not thought of, because people think that you've just done a graduation and you can go and do a HR job. You can do the operations part, you can keep the Excel files, but the strategic part of it, the front and the back end of it, how you connect with your company's customers, and how you connect with the company's directors and the higher management and the lower management. That is the role of HR, and it's a very, very strategic role. And as much as possible, I would encourage people to learn it, not just start doing it. So learning by getting any good and respectable certification is, of course, a very good way to go about it.
Well, so I think thank you so much
Thank
for
you
your time.
for inviting, and it's been a pleasure. And yes, I'll be very happy to be able to spark some interest in this field.
Yeah, I think I would guide our audiences
Yeah.
and the mentees to right away jump onto your profile and ask for your guidance. So
That's great.